The Man Who Fell to Earth, Season 1, Episode 1, review. It's pretty good. He's an alien guy. You know, it reminds me of Resident Alien. This is more of a dramatic version. Resident Alien is a comedy. It's pretty good. This has a really good interaction between the alien man and the woman, the earthly woman. And this series has Captain Janeway. I almost forgot how to say her name. It's been a while. From Star Trek Voyager. And so the alien man reminds me of the black guy from Dollhouse, the main villain. And he speaks just like that, which is very similar to how Obama would speak. Rumor has it that Obama learned a little bit of how he spoke from that one actor from a Dollhouse. And this guy, I believe, is a different actor. Younger. And he's pretty good. And there's another actor too who's in it that I've seen in something else recently, but I forget what it was. But I'm intrigued after the first episode. He comes to Earth and he gets arrested because he stuck a fire hose in his mouth because he needed water. First he had to climb out of a hole because his spaceship crashed onto Earth and made a hole. And then he had to climb out and turn into a human because he was an alien. So he had to change his skin. And he goes to a random bar or place and he's drinking water, and the cops pick him up and they're screening him, and he tells them to contact a woman. The woman comes and says, "Get away," and goes away. And then he is let go from the police department as long as he doesn't bother the woman. And he ends up getting a bunch of money because he must have stole a bunch of gold rings, and then he went to a pawn shop and got many thousands of dollars. And then he's walking down the road and with some radio stuff that he bought, and he's trying to find a place so he can pick up a message from somebody that he's trying to contact, probably another alien who is already on Earth, who's already been on Earth for a very long time. So the storyline is a little bit like Resident Alien, but just slightly different. And some people saw him and the money and started beating him up. And the woman was driving down the same road, saw them, turned around, even though she didn't want to. There was a part of her that wanted to do it. She came and stopped the fight, and eventually ended up helping the man. But it was still very hard because he is different. They go to a bar and he's acting strange, and he tells the bartender woman, "Oh, he's on the spectrum. That means retarded." And he's like, "What? I'm on a spectrum?" And she's like, "Yes, because you cannot relate to people in the same way." And he's like, "And you think you can?" And then he's like talking to a horse or trying to talk to a horse. Like, and he's like saying something about a horse and how the horse is different on his planet or something. I'm not sure what that means. And they go to the destination and they get there in time. They only had like 6 hours to go, like 200 miles. And then she's like, no more. I'm not going any farther. Because he's like, come with me to my planet. And the woman's like, you're crazy. And she goes away. But then she looks behind herself. And as he's driving away, she looks in. And it looks like he's driving, that he's walking, towards a tornado. So she turns around to try to stop him. But then it turns out maybe there was no tornado. Or I don't know. But this is where he gets the message from the other guy. And that's where the episode ends. And then there's a preview of the next episode. And that's where I see Captain Janeway of Star Trek Voyager. And she's like a villain who's trying to stop them. And it's a pretty good drama series. So far, so good.